Hey guys, so I picked up some more books because that's just what I do. So I thought I'd show you guys what I've picked up recently. First, I'll just start with the book on top. Went to Walmart and they had a whole big bucket full of books for $2. And so I picked out a couple. This first one is by Brian Keene. It's called Urban Gothic. It's got a scary house there on this cover. Thought it sounded good. I picked up Jigsaw Man by Gord Rollo. That also looks kind of freaky. And I picked up Friday Night in Beast House by Richard Lehman. So, you know, something different. They look like they're going to be quick reads. They're about 200 pages each. This one I picked up off of Amazon Marketplace because I can't wait for it to be released here any longer. I decided to pay for it to come from a used bookstore over in the UK, and it's Ashes to Dust by that author, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce her name, but she's one of my favorites. I've read her other books, Last Rituals, which is a kind of based on witchcraft. It's a witchy story. It's about a kid who gets murdered, who's in college in Iceland. He's originally from Germany. And his parents hire the main character, who's an attorney, to kind of look into his death and help them figure out what's going on. Then she wrote My Soul to Take, and this one is a ghost story, and it's pretty interesting as well. This one is looks like another death story. It's a boy who hires her to help, him get out of these murder charges. And so I've been looking forward to this one for months and months, and I finally just said, I'm going to pay for it to come over. And I did get a used copy because it was a little bit cheaper than paying full price, because it did have to come a long way. This one I've had for a while. For some reason, just because I talk about it, I've talked about it a couple of times. I've never shown it though. But it is In the Path of Falling Objects by Andrew Smith. He wrote Ghost Medicine and The Marbury Lens. And it says, Jonah and his younger brother Simon are on their own. They set out to find what's left of their family, carrying between them $10, a backpack full of dirty clothes, a notebook, and a stack of letters from their brother, who is serving on tour in the army. And soon into their journey, they have a ride with a man, a beautiful girl, who may be in love with them, Jonah or Simon, or both of them. The man is crazy, the girl is desperate. This violent ride is only just beginning, and it will leave the brothers taking cover from hard truths about loyalty, love, survival that crash into their lives. One more thing, the brothers have a gun and they are going to need it. So another book for boys here, another teen book. And sounds pretty interesting. Lots of danger going on in my books today, isn't there? Yeah, and it just keeps going. Here's another one I picked up while walking through the airport. Belinda Bauer's Blacklands. This is an adult book as well. It says, 18 years ago, Billy Peters disappeared without a trace. Everyone in town believes he was murdered, after all. Serial killer Arnold Avery later admitted to killing 6 children and burying them in the desolate moor surrounding their small English village. Only Billy's mother is convinced her son is still alive, and she relentlessly awaits his return. Stephen, her 12-year-old grandson, is determined to bring his family closure and spends his spare time digging holes all over the moor in the hope of turning up Billy's body. When Stephen secretly sends a letter to Avery in jail, asking for help to find the body of his uncle, he unknowingly triggers a dangerous game of cat and mouse, both difficult to read and difficult to forget. This book is only about 220 pages long, but it sounds crazy. This book I picked up at Walmart because Melissa, lovely Melissa, Metalhead Bookworm, mentioned to me that it came out paperback, and I just totally wasn't even aware that it was out yet, and I've been wanting to read this one. It's The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, and I do like this cover better than the hardback cover, which has a big heart on it. So I was totally excited, so I picked that one up. When I saw it there, I snatched it. And And then I won a couple of books. I won this from Goodreads. It's my first Goodreads win. And it's The Girl Who Would Speak for the Dead by Paul Elwork. It's being released in April. It says Emily Stewart is the girl who will claim to stand between the living and the dead. She and her brother Michael are 13-year-old twins, privileged, precocious, wandering aimlessly around her family's Philadelphia estate during the quiet summer of 1925. One day, Emily discovers an odd physical tic. She can secretly crack a joint in her ankle so the sound appears to burst through the stillness of midair. Knock, knock. In their garden tea house, Emily and Michael gather the neighborhood children to fool them with these spirit knockings. But soon, this game of contacting the dead creeps into a world of adults still reeling from World War I. When the twins find themselves dabbling in uncertain territory of human grief and family secrets, their game spins wildly out of control. A layered, multi-generational story, The Girl Who Would Speak for the Dead is a novel about family secrets, love triangles, missing people. It is about the desperate need to contact the departed, about faith and, I don't know that word, chicanery, and what we ultimately will do for forgiveness. So, it says it's intense, suspenseful, wonderful, and entrancing. Oh, my face was really bright there for a second. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this, actually. So, I'll be giving that one a review. Hopefully soon, before it's released. I don't know when in April. I just know April, so. The next book that I won is from Library Thing. I love Library Thing. Says it could be released on March 31st, so I'm already too late to read it. But I'm excited to have a copy. Well, I'm not too late to read it, but I probably won't be able to read it in time to do a review before it's released. Next book I won is The Relic Master by Catherine Fisher. I'm super psyched for this book. This one's called The Dark City. It's book 1 out of, I think, 4. And the Lucky Ducks over in the UK have already had this book series released. They got it in 2008. These are the other 3 books that are coming out. This is book 1, and it will be released in May, and then the additional months, June, July, and August, the additional 3 will be released. So they're coming out right in a row, all in hardback. And Robin McKinley says, I want the sequel, and I want it now. So she sounds... it sounds fun. Sounds fun. I'm excited to read that. And then these next books I picked up at Book Closeouts. It's my favorite book shopping site ever. And it is by D.M. Cornish. The first book is called Foundling. The second book is called Lamplighter. And the third book is called Factotum. And this book, it says, growing up at Madame Opera Society for Foundling Boys and Girls, Rosamond has led a life sheltered from the dangers of the world. But this all changes the day he is recruited into the ranks of the half-continent's lamplighters, who are soldiers, who protect the Empire's roads from the monsters that hunt in the wild. Now Rosamond must begin the journey of his life, traveling the half-continent with a world full of people who can be as predatory as any monster he can imagine. And when he falls in with the mysterious and talented Europe, a teratologist, a monster hunter, who can shoot electricity out of her body and call it lightning down from the sky, he learns that some people can be downright lethal. So, amazing. It sounds like a very interesting series. The weirdest thing, though, and I haven't seen this since... taking classes, but there's a whole glossary that comes with this book, and it's like not messing around. It's like 150 pages, and it's got maps in here. It's got explanations of stuff. I mean, this is like detailed story. So there's 3 books in that series, and definitely one I'll have to be paying attention to when I read with all this detail going on, but pretty exciting. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.